Okay, everybody, let's welcome the captain of Crushers GC, Bryson DeChambeau, Patrick Reed from 4 Aces GC, and the captain of Range Goats GC, Bubba Watson. Welcome, guys.
Thanks.
I'm going to start out by letting you guys know that Friday is going to mark the 100th round of competition of LIV Golf. So just let that sink in for a minute. Think about everything that's kind of transpired since, you know, London of 2022 to now our 100th competition round. And I'd like for each of you just to go down the line and just kind of reflect on these last 100 rounds and all that we've accomplished, where we started, and where we are right now. Bubba, if it's okay, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah, this is exciting times. When I think about going through the motions of deciding wanting to come to LIV, I thought about the 10-year plan on paper, what the goals were, and it's met my expectations. It's been better than that. We've changed the face of golf, and so to be on that side of history is pretty special. I know years ago when the PGA Tour made that same decision, and when I'm saying years ago, we're talking 50s, 40s, whatever year, Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, and all them made the other tour. Mm-hmm. So we're a part of that, and so it's an honor and a privilege to say I'm part of that. Scotty Scheffler's made a lot of money this year because of the changes that we've started putting in place, and I believe that golf is actually growing in the right spot, and I think team golf is here to stay. So I'm excited for the next few events, the next few years, and hopefully the Range Goats can beat the Crushers. What? Oh, I didn't know you were here. Sorry.
Patrick, when you reflect back on these last couple of years and 100 rounds, what comes to mind? What comes up for you?
Too many rounds, no wins. I mean, that's what comes to my mind. But no, I think the biggest thing was when we first started. Obviously, we knew the plan. We knew what LIV was trying to do and what the mold and what we were going to do. And for it to come around so quickly and how successful it's been so fast is absolutely outstanding. I mean, I've loved every minute of it. I can't wait to continue playing and, you know, for a lot more rounds than 100 and get hopefully to 1,000 soon. And you know, just watch it continue to grow and change the game of golf and show a faster and more fun side of golf, not just the old traditions. Because, you know, things need to evolve, things need to change, and I feel like that's what LIV did. They stepped into in a world that was all about tradition only and has changed the face of golf for the better. And I feel like with LIV, we're now allowed to touch a lot broader and you know, better way of golf. I mean, golf's slow, boring, long, and we've now brought in the fast and more entertaining part of life.
And Bryson, piggybacking off of what Patrick said, how far we've come, how quickly. Did you expect us to be as far along as we are after only 100 rounds?
Well, look, I didn't know where we would exactly be at 100 rounds, but I can tell you that the ideas behind it, especially when I was having conversations back in, 2022 and whatnot, with where this was going to go, I expected there to be a lot of progress, but the progress has been amazingly awesome from everything that we've done, everything that each team has individually done, the players, what they've done to make this league what it is now today is quite impressive. And as I look at a 5-year vision, 10-year vision, I just see this thing exploding here shortly. When people start to see the true value that we're bringing, that intrinsic value is only going to exponentiate over the course of time, which is what I'm excited for. I'm waiting for that kind of domino effect for it to start falling in that cool direction that we see here on our side at LIV, especially with the team aspect. It feels a lot like it's some of the highest level golf with, feel like you have a family out here and some really good friends that can help, I guess you could say, make everybody better. And that's what I'm excited to see, is how that progresses, how it transforms, the sponsors that come in, the people that are a part of it, that want to be a part of it. And for me to see that potential out there, we just got to get after it and get it, because it's all right there. It's all right there for the taking, and I'm super excited for these 100 days and how 100 rounds and how they've gone. And obviously I've won a couple, and the Crushers has done well, and we've won a team championship, and I'm super proud of the guys, and that's what we set out to do. But we want to keep doing that. We want Paul, Bond, Charles to keep pushing forward, and I'll keep doing my job, and that's what I'm excited about. And hopefully it pushes these guys over here and other teams to move forward in that direction as well.
Love it. So switching gears a little bit for Patrick and Bubba, you guys spend a lot of time at the Greenbrier. We bring your families here. You guys really love it. Tell me what makes the Greenbrier so special. Start with you, Bubba.
The atmosphere. And when you think about the atmosphere, this is a community. This property runs this community. A lot of people from this community work here. They're proud of this. This has got a lot of history here. And then when you think about the beauty with the hills, the mountains, the trees, the water, there's so many activities you can do here.
Nature, right, Bubba? You're all about nature?
Yes, giving back, going green.
Yes.
So so when I think about all the stuff that you can do as a family, there's so many things you can do. I think Thomas Peters, he went on a buggy ride yesterday. He went a little fast, I heard, but he survived it. And so there's so many things you can do around here that are fun for families, fun for kids. And again, the atmosphere, the people around here just treat you so lovingly. I lived here for a few years, and I have nothing but great memories and great things to say about this beautiful state and what they've created here at Greenbrier.
And Patrick?
One thing about this place is one of the words he kept saying, family. It's a place that when my family, everyone comes, they treat you like family. They treat you like you're one of their own. And it's, obviously when you look at the place, you look at the rooms, everything, it's like taking a step back in time. And I think that's an absolutely amazing place to be able to put your phone down and slow everything down. I mean, the world these days is so fast. Everything has to get done so quickly. And every time I've come here with my family at Greenbrier, it's like everything stops and it's slow motion. You actually get to enjoy life, enjoy your time with family. You have so many activities to do. And the golf course is absolutely amazing, even when I play in 40-degree weather during Thanksgiving and things like that. And it's one of these places that it doesn't matter what your age is, there's something to do that everyone can do, and it includes everyone. And I think that's huge, especially nowadays, is that everyone's included, everyone has something to do, everyone has fun, and you just have quality family time, and the staff in this area and the people are what help make that happen.
And Bryson, you love Greenbrier for a different reason.
Well, I like it for family as well. I mean, I tell you, real quickly, just this place feels like I'm a kid again. You get out here and you see nature, you see the trails, you see going on a hike. I grew up in Fresno. We'd go up to the mountains every once in a while, and that's just kind of what it feels like a little bit. And obviously, it's more forested here and whatnot, but with different trees. But what I can tell you is that, yes, 61, 58 on the weekend, one last year. I mean, shoot, couldn't be more special. But being here in general is just an amazing experience that you feel at home. It's a really cool feeling for me to come back every single time I've been here, whether it was previous to LIV or now, and still just feel incredibly comfortable. The people here, fantastic. Like Patrick said, and they just make you feel like you're at home, like you're part of a great big family. And I just feel like a kid again being here.
So let's talk about that 58. So this was where you shot 12 under 58, which was the lowest round in LIV golf history. Your 23 under combined winning total remains the lowest of any LIV golf champion. You finished the round with 13 birdies and 1 bogey. This week we have a Bryson watch zone in the fan village where fans can go and watch any shot anytime to see if you can break your 58 record or match it. Just a year on, can you kind of just take a moment to reflect on that week, reflect on that day, and what's transpired since then?
Yeah, I won't go too deep into it, but I can tell you that was the day that my life had changed for the better, for sure. Previous to that, I'd been struggling with my golf game, not really understanding how to get the job done again, and it had been a while. since I felt like I had done anything. Played well at Valderrama, did well at the PGA, but still just didn't feel like I had it to win. And coming here last year, I had this new piece of equipment, driver and play, that I felt like I was going to be able to hit a lot straighter. And ultimately, that was a massive difference for me in order to be more comfortable on the golf course, hit it straighter with the distance I had. And what?
360 and straight.
Yeah, it was going far and straight. And having some wedges in the greens and just having a good wedge game that week and making a lot of putts. It's just like everything lined up finally again like I've seen it do in the past. And that's what just jump-started me to, how I've been playing this past year. It jump-started me to winning the U.S. Open this year and continue to play some really stellar golf. And I just couldn't be more excited that this is the place where it started at, because I've always loved it. It's always had a place in my heart. And, it's one of those things, you come here and you just feel like it's home. And that's what I felt like last year. I was super comfortable. The 58, I don't know how to explain it, just kind of semi-blacked out, you can kind of say. It was one of those moments where the last 4 holes, I was obviously trying to win a tournament, but it started to rain, and I just kept focusing on my game. I didn't get outside of this bubble that I created with myself, and I just wanted to focus on hitting the next best shot. And I think that's what really pushed me on to focusing on, obviously winning the tournament, but to shoot in the 50s and then ultimately make the 40-footer on the last hole for 58. That was just the cherry on top. And what a special moment, a special place in my heart forever, and probably the greatest scoring round, if not, it is the greatest scoring round of my life, but probably one of the most special moments of my entire life.
Love it. All right, we're going to open it up to the media. We'll start with Mike first over there.
So, Bryson, just kind of piggybacking on that, you shot 58. You didn't make an eagle. You suffered 1 bogey. Can you foresee a time when, maybe you break 58? I mean, is that within the realm of possibility at some point in your career, you think?
Well, I'm trying to break 50 on my YouTube channel, but I could tell you, breaking 58, I'm sure somebody's going to do it at one of these times at some point. We're just too good now. And there's going to be a time where everything kind of lines up. David Duval was one of the first. Al Geiberger was another one. He was the first, Mr. 59. And then David Duval, as well as others since then, have done it. And it's starting to get a little easier. It's like runners breaking, I think, the 4-minute mile. Yeah. There was one person that broke it, and the next year there was like 12 or whatever, or something like that. Yeah. So I feel like that opens up the door. And then with Joaquin shooting 59 this year, you're just starting to see it more and more. So I believe that there will be a 57 at some point, even a 56 potentially. And I think a 57 has been potentially shot on other tours before, but it's going to just get more consistent over the course of time. We're just too good now, and it's fun. It's when you're in that mindset and you got that, we're just going low and you're hitting everything close, you're making everything. I mean, these guys know it. It's fun. That's why we do it. That's why we play golf.
And Bubba, this place as much as well as anybody. It's given up 3 sub-60 rounds here. Why is that? Why this place in particular seems to do that?
I think the first thing is the condition of the course. It's always in great shape. When you're in the fairway, you can flush it out of the fairway. You're going to have a lot of wedges if you're hitting your driver 360 and straight. You're putting. And you're putting to every green. It couldn't make an eagle, though. But, I think it's because the condition of the course first. The greens are always running really nice. They're smooth. So that gives you confidence there. And then if you're hitting your driver well, I think if you look at everybody, obviously they're all playing well to shoot in the 50s. But this place, it breeds that confidence in you. Like he was saying, like you start making putts. I mean, he didn't even think about the rain. He was so focused on what he was doing because he was in that moment, blacked out moment where – he was so focused on his goal that he wasn't even thinking about score. And the next thing you know, you add up the score and you're in the 50s. And so I think that's really what it is. It starts with the confidence of the golf course, and then it builds from there.
Patrick, can you see other 50 sub-60 rounds out here?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is these greens are so pure that if you're hitting the ball really well and giving yourself a lot of looks, once that putter gets hot, you have an opportunity. There's a decent amount of short enough holes where you're going to have a lot of wedges. The par fives, if you're, with this guy's length over here, you're getting to both of them with irons in your hand. And, yeah, if you run on a heater like that, you get going, especially early, just gives you all that confidence. No matter where you're playing, if you start off with, a bunch of birdies right off the bat, you just have that confidence to keep pedal down and keep going. And, obviously Bryson did that. And, to be able to go out and shoot what he did, especially in the rain here last year, was something special. But the bigger question is, what did him and Phil shoot yesterday from the forward tees? That's a bigger question. Cause
I heard they shot worse.
Because when they played through me on 14, they were at 13 under through 14. I'm sitting there trying to add up. I go, well, Bryson might have beat them alone. So, but no, I mean, you can definitely see it with the talent that the guys have out here, with how good this golf course is and the shape it's in. I mean, yesterday was prime example. I mean, golf course was so pure. It was, weather was perfect, very little wind. I mean, it was a perfect scenario yesterday that, somebody could go low if they get on a hot streak. I think the most impressive thing about what Bryson did was it was wet. It was wet, it was raining, and he's still able to have that control, because when you add moisture to the golf ball, it's hard to get that golf ball to go exactly where you want all the time. And for him to go out and shoot 58 in that kind of conditions was something special.
And Bryson, you mentioned the break 50. You're going to drop another one today.
Yeah.
It's gotten about 20 million views, I think, total of all the break 50s that you've had. What is it about that particular series that you think has become so popular?
Yeah, well, look, I'll say, first off, it's an interesting challenge.
Don't worry, I haven't been no invite my way, but whatever.
You were on the channel. You beat us. Remember, with Harold?
The 50 thing.
Oh, okay. Sure.
All the other guys suck. We can beat 50.
Can we now? Let's do it in Dallas then.
I'm busy that week.
Okay. So I think first off, it's a really interesting challenge. I was talking to Phil yesterday about it, and he was saying, "Man, I thought this was going to be a lot easier from the forward tees." And I'm like, "No, this is it makes your driving that much more difficult, because you're trying to drive it into a 15-yard area where the green is, and then you've got to make eagle. Well, if it's par 72, you got to make it 5 times. You got to make eagle 5 times, and sometimes there's not all par 5s out there where you can drive it and hit a wedge up there. And the par 3s are the most difficult part of the challenge, because you got over 100 yards and you're trying to get up and down for birdie, not an eagle like you would be on a par 5. So he was like, "Man, I never thought it would be this difficult." And when we were out there and playing, it was like, "Yeah, this is the real deal. It's not a joke. We're trying to break 50." And it really changes your mindset into the game of golf. There's plenty of different ways to play the game. You could challenge yourself in numerous ways. This break 50 challenge is almost impossible to do. It is almost
Patrick,
impossible.
me and you should go try to do it.
Good luck.
I mean, let's be honest, that break 50, when I heard he was playing with Phil, I'm sitting there going, his length, Phil's short game and chipping and wedge work, that would have been a time I thought.
I thought so too.
Especially when I was out there playing yesterday and they come whipping through and I hear they're playing, no wind. I'm like, whew.
I can't wait for that to drop to see if y'all do it.
And part of the other aspect of it is the content that we're able to create from it. There's so many cool, unique moments, hitting a golf ball close from the tee, one-liners, whatever it is. I mean, it's an entertainment piece as well. So you've got that content piece of us trying to break 50, and then also the content of us just being who we are. And it showcases our personalities a lot more, and I think that's what's so unique and cool about it. And it just exposes golf to a younger generation on YouTube, and gets more people involved in the game of golf. And my goal in all of that is to bring young viewers to LIV Golf, to the teams, to all of us out here. And I think that's the main important part of it that a lot of people don't understand is that it's trying to reach a new generation of potential golfers. That's what LIV's doing. That's what I'm trying to accomplish alongside LIV and with LIV as a partner as well. It's a symbiotic relationship where we can exponentiate the game of golf in a really cool, unique way.
Is there one favorite moment that sticks out in your mind so far of all the ones that you've posted?
Well, to be honest, my favorite moment was the first one we actually did. My opinion on that is solely focused on the fact I did it for the first time with Garrett Clark, and we had a chance to do it on the last hole. We just had to chip in for eagle on the last hole. We would have done it at this golf course. Now, it was a shorter golf course, really easy golf course. You're hitting irons into a lot of the par fours, but still, like, we had a great chance to break 50 on a legitimate golf course, and we didn't do it. But again, just it solidified the fact that, wow, this challenge was real and possible, and I want to do it with anyone and everyone that wants to be a part of it. You know, I think that was a really cool moment for you, that first video we ever did with Garrett Clark.
Cool. Thanks.
Okay. I think Channel 10.
Sure. Tyler, nice to meet you. I guess I'm just curious for anyone with a course like this where you talk about like being able to break 60 here, fairly common among the tournaments. Does it change the approach that you have on a course like this? Does it allow you to be more aggressive? Do you come in thinking that you can go low, especially with the comfortability factor of it?
Yeah, to me, it feels like Monday qualifier every day. You come to a golf course like this, and you can't just cruise around and shoot 300, 400, or 500 a day. Yeah, you have to just right from the beginning go out and be aggressive, go make as many birdies as you can. But you have to be smart. I mean, you can't be reckless out there and be hyper aggressive. You have to pick your moments. But yeah, every time I come here, it reminds me of every time I've played the Monday qualifiers. You have 18 holes, you have to shoot 6, 7 under. A day, at worst 5 under to have a chance. And I mean, it shows every time you come out here. I mean, you have sub 60s a couple times out here, but at the same time, I mean, you see, I'm pretty sure a decent amount of 61, 62, 63s happen. Well, here on LIV, when you only have 54 holes, if someone goes out and shoots something like that, you can't go and shoot 68 and have a chance. You have to go out and get out to 5, 6, 7 under par start, and then after that, you have to do it every day because you have to go low.
Yeah, I mean, it's a golf course where, like, I shot 68 in the first round, and I was behind the 8 ball quite a bit, and you got to go shoot a couple lower rounds to get the job done.
119.
But yeah, 119. But my point exactly is that it's a golf course that you've got to hit it straight. You've got to hit your wedges good, and you got to make a lot of putts. It is like a bit of a Monday qualifier, which is fun. We sometimes want those events out here. We want to give the fans something unique and cool and fireworks going off. So I respect and appreciate that, and I think it's a unique opportunity to showcase some skill set of ours that we're not always allowed to just fire at everything, and I think it's fun. It's fun to be able to do that for us sometimes.
With this being like the penultimate tournament of the season, is it cool to have something where you're talking about how comfortable that the environment is heading into that stretch at the end?
Anytime you get to a place and you feel comfortable, I mean, that's great for any of us. I know Bubba and Patrick, they love this place, and as do I. I feel like it's a comfortable environment, and that only aids to the fact of going out there and just being in your own game and playing your own game and playing well, just because you're comfortable. There are times like I've gone to a golf course and I've been super uncomfortable. I'm like, why am I uncomfortable? Things aren't simple. They're not easy. I've got to go through a bunch of hoops to get to the driving range or do this or that, whatever. And it just creates some added stress you don't need that ultimately could potentially hurt. It doesn't mean it's going to, but sometimes you feel uncomfortable and your week doesn't go the way you plan. Anytime you get that comfort out here, it just allows us to fire and go low. So, yeah.
Last thing, just in terms of the format difference between this and past tournaments held here, just any thoughts on that, if you prefer the team style or the traditional?
Team.
100% team. I mean, anytime you're not doing your best on Sunday and you don't have a chance for the individual title, you're still playing for your team. I think that's what's so cool about this tournament and LIV in general is the ability to always participate no matter where you're at on the leaderboard. But it's still, you've got to play well. Like, there's a relegation aspect to it, and if you don't play well throughout the season, you're going to have to make your way back on. And I think that's the beautiful part about it is that it rewards good play and penalizes bad play to the extremes.
Channel 10.
We touched on 100 rounds of golf being played with LIV and what that's done over the past few years. Can you speak to the respect level from perhaps the outsiders that's come along with that and growing LIV, but also garnering respect from those that perhaps were doubters at the outset of it?
I mean, I'll speak to that. I'm staying at a friend's house this week, and it's been awesome to see the change from individuals around the community around here. And not only the respect but the understanding. I think there's a difference in understanding of what we're trying to accomplish. It's not, a one-off thing or whatnot. It is here to stay, and we're here to provide great entertainment, here to inspire and hopefully educate people on a new format that is going to keep them interested throughout every single shot that we hit. And I think that's what's so cool, and the impact we can make in the community too. Seeing how much we have done for Greenbrier and being able to help out this community on a whole nother level is what LIV is all about.
I mean, me personally with LIV, what I think is so unique is with having a team aspect. It's our one sport that growing up in high school, middle school, college, it's such an individual sport. You're out there playing for yourself. When you get to college, you get the team aspect, but it's so lonely out there by yourself. And to be able to be a part of LIV, having teams, now fans aren't just going to follow individuals, because if you're going out to the other events like in the past and say one of your guys you'd love to follow all of a sudden is playing really poorly, it's like, okay, well, now what? Do I really want to watch them struggle? But now their fans are allowed to get behind teams, so then they're pulling for a team. And I think that's one thing I absolutely loved about it so far, is with being the team aspect, is we're now playing for something other than just ourselves. We're playing for 3 other guys out there. We're playing for our team, our whole entire team and everything. And when you go out there and you're playing for something else, you see that extra grind. It's one thing that I've always never understood is I'm the type that I can always improve no matter what, whether it's hole 1, hole 18, or the last hole of the tournament. I'm always trying to strive to get better. And you'll see some guys at other events, other tours, that if they're going to miss the cut or if they're played poorly and they have Sunday, they're just already thinking about next week. Well, here at LIV, we're always thinking about that day no matter what, whether you're 54th on the leaderboard going into Sunday or where you stand, because you're always playing for something else. Now you're playing for 3 other guys. You want to play well for them. And so you always see that grind. And I think that's huge, because when kids are out here, they don't want to see guys go out and try to play the fastest round ever. They don't want to see guys just step up and whack a ball. They want to see that grind, because it gives a bad look in golf. It gives a bad look in any sport when the professional athlete's not giving it their all. And out here on LIV, since you're playing for someone else and playing for other guys, you're giving it all 110%. And with having only 14 events, you get to treat them all like majors. So we're all coming in fresh. We're all coming in hungry to play. We're all getting ready to go. So we're all putting it all on the line for those 3 days.
Feeding off of them, though, it's high school golf and college golf is a team atmosphere, individual plus a team atmosphere, and then professional golf. The biggest events that I know of in professional golf are team events. There's 2 of them. Every other year there's an event, and we've all played on those team events. And now professional golf is bringing a league that has team and individual at the same time. So there's 2 tournaments in one. And this is what we play for. And on Sunday, you can't hide. On the first day, you can struggle and the other 3 can take over. But then on Sunday, all 4 balls count. So you're like P. Reed said, you're fighting for your team. You make a bad swing, you're disappointed, not because of you, but you're disappointed because you let the other guys down. And so you're going to try to give it your all and hang in there on a Sunday, because all balls count. You can't hide from it. So that's the thrilling part. And I think we'd all rather be on the podium as a team than just as an individual, because we've got that brotherhood now. We've got that feeling. We're a big family out here, and we want to pull for one another and lift a trophy together.
Talking about that team real quick, the coolest moment I've had on LIV was our first year when we were playing, and the Aces, we won the team championship. We're playing.
You just wanted to bring that up, didn't you?
No. On Sunday, this golf course that we're playing, Doral, is probably on paper the worst golf course set up for Pat Perez, one of our teammates. And Pat, he's the type that he's like, oh man, and he shows up early, puts in his grind, and he was a huge part of our team on Sunday because everyone counted, and he gave it his all, and he played so well, and he answered that call. Now, a lot of guys, if they're going to a place that they're not playing well, they don't like a golf course on other tours, they're just like, all right, let's just go through the motions. And to see a guy like that go out and give everything he has because he's playing for 3 other guys and goes and gets it done to help our team go ahead and win, that to me, those moments are what you're going to see out here on LIV that you probably won't see out on other golf tours because you're not playing for other guys, you're playing for yourself. And my boy PP, go out and play like he did, and to do it at a place that I know he doesn't like, that he on paper he shouldn't like, and he's able to go out and do it. Those are the kind of things that this league brings to us that I think is very important.
Well said. I think we've got time for one more over there.
Hey, Bryson. I just wanted to say congrats on getting 1 million subs. I know you're
Thanks.
really looking forward to that. And with that success, do you have plans to maybe have a second channel where you kind of bring more golf content that kind of gets into the weeds of what you're doing in the lab, if you were?
Yeah, there are future plans for that. We want to continue to grow that audience and inspire a younger generation. Continue that on my main channel, and for secondary channel, there's always that option, especially in different languages and whatnot. That's a totally new option as well for us that we're looking into. So yeah.
Do you mind sending me an Italian sub, a little toasted, please?
Thank you guys so much for our very casual press conference. I appreciate you guys. I hope you all play
Thanks.
wonderful this week, and we will be on Bryson Watch.
Thank